Bamm Ericsen here with AFTERBUZZ TV for Empire Season 3, Episode 16, Absent Child. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
When this came on last night, I was like, whoa, they taking it back.
I just want to zoom in on Jill. Just Al Green. You guys just reminds me of my parents. They used to rock out to Al Green, you know?
And you're giving me very 70s
You know,
vibe.
vintage vibe, so it's
Soul
appropriate.
Train.
It works. Soul Train.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it worked with their whole look too when they were
Yeah.
walking down the
It does,
hallway.
Yes.
As the fam.
Okay.
So, again, I'm Bamm Ericsen, and you can find me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen.
I'm Jill Munroe with your 70s kind of love tonight. You can find me everywhere at Stiletto Jill.
And I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at abigail.a.f.
Okay, so the Lyons versus the Dubois.
Yes.
The families face off, and
Yes.
which was a great face off. So they're all there except Hakeem. So, first of all, you notice how everyone was sitting across. So you had Cookie versus Mrs. Dubois. Then you had Jamal versus the other girl, and then you had Andre versus Ezekiel. Let's just go from couple to couple, team to team. So you have Andre versus Ezekiel.
I mean,
Very similar.
I knew that there was the pair up and what it was supposed to be, but I didn't think about it like. I just thought about their roles in the operation. So they're like an uppity lion family, you know, one generation removed from the Bougetto.
Yes.
I feel like they are what they want Hakeem to be, kind of. And I didn't start
Hakeem.
thinking. Yeah, I feel
The
like
next-
the
of the next
Dubois are
generation.
like,
Okay.
you know, it's like when she kicked him out of the laundromat and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they want him to be a little bit different, a
Yeah.
little bit more refined.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was thinking. I think the whole episode.
When I saw Ezekiel and Andre sitting across from each other, I thought very similar. And then also, I thought it was interesting.
I didn't know who the other girl was on the end. Like
That
there was
was-
some random family member.
I assumed she was the sister.
Yeah.
And so, I hate to be shady, but there's similarities between the sister and Jamal. I'm just saying.
That they're both light skinned? What? I don't know.
So you mean that like he's a little feminine, a little.
It's just
And the sister was a little.
the way that they were jarring against each other.
And their interactions are very similar, yeah.
It was very similar. I'm not saying that what you're saying. I'm just saying in how they use
I'm
their
not
words.
saying anything. I'm lost. Like, so I'm really trying to like gather myself because I'm like, I'm lost. I might have missed it.
Okay.
I might have missed the moment.
There was so much
was a
tiffing.
lot.
There was so much tiffing going back and forth. Just really quick to Ezekiel. I think he's gonna die before this season's over.
Wow. Okay.
Just because he's been referenced, this is the second time that he's been referenced, and then Andre even referenced, that's Ezekiel, that's Snoop's financial manager. So they're
targeting.
somebody
him for
has to
some
die in that
reason.
family, and it's probably going to be him. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who else they could cut. I mean, the sister, maybe they could
yeah.
cut her out, but.
But I know you noticed Cookie versus Mrs. Dubois.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and so what did you guys think about that? Bitch, I'll jump across this
I
table.
love the frog.
Feeling froggy, leap.
I wrote that down. That was the best quote. It was good.
Listen. Again, the chance to see Felicia Rashad get a little grimy, a little dirty. That's Claire Huxtable. That's America's mom. And even though America's dad went left, it's nice to kind of see her in a different light, but that it's fake.
Yeah, but also with this character that I like, she's still giving you the very Claire Huxtable vibe, but she's doing it in a very kind of uppity but dirty way. Her lipstick is darker, so she has a little dark side to her. I just like where it's going with this too.
Love that, the reads.
Question, where is Mr. Dubois?
Is he deceased, right?
I don't know.
I feel like early in the season they mentioned that he might have been deceased. I feel that, but I can't say that with any certainty. So
Yeah, I'm just kind
chat, let us know.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious because she's so in control. I wonder.
That usually when you have a matriarch of a family like that and they're that controlling and powerful, I tend to think that whoever the the elder statesman, whatever you call it, I'm blanking, is passed on, and so she has to take on that role as the forefront of the family, the protector, preserving the heritage.
So Lucius makes a threat saying, we're gonna take you down. Mrs. Dubois then denies they have nothing to do with the baby, because that's what the initial meeting was, because Bella's gone. And so Andre and Hakeem and Boo Boo Kitty with Thirst finds out that Bella is not in the system and that they can't find her and that they won't be able to track her or get a hold of her for at least 30 days.
That doesn't make sense to me. I hate that part of it.
Well,
because how do you lose a baby? I mean, I get it. Even with you connections, how do you just lose a baby in the system? And it's just like, 30 days. What you gonna do?
I think that just goes to show how
Powerful?
Not powerful, but when it comes to the system and public
I could totally see it happening.
I could totally see it happen.
Yeah.
And,
really?
and
For
yeah,
30 days
and
you
them
just don't know what happened?
Yeah,
and
because there's
everybody's supposed to accept that?
because yeah.
I don't know about the timeline per se. I feel like that was a little aggressive, being like, well, in 30 days we'll know exactly what, where they're at. But I totally see the getting lost part. Yeah,
I can totally see. And what they're saying is because the system is so backed up, it's probably going to take a week or two before they can even get to her, Bella's case. And then once they get to it, then it's going to take time. So I think what they're saying is, 30 days minimum is what it's going to take in order to, dig into this investigation, which is crazy.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's really
and it's
sad.
a similarity with like public defenders and stuff like that. Everything's backed up. I mean, it's just, yeah.
And so Thirsty then informs the family that they need to really just keep track of their lives and basically don't F up anything, because publicly it does seem like you guys are unfit to have a child around you. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I mean, they do have a lot of public outbursts and things that happen on the live stream that should be really personal, fights, things of that nature. So I do not think in the big scheme of things could their child did anything happen publicly that really warrants this? No, that's how you know it has to be a Dubois thing. But I also think that at any given moment, you never know what's going to go down with the Lyon family. So being on your P's and Q's is expected.
I also kind of think it's silly only because Anika is the mother. So if she's the mother and she literally just started working at Empire, she does not show any signs of unfit mother.
Right.
So why should the family be Dubois? So anyway.
Exactly. I just, I get the storyline. I like it. I understand them reaching out and flexing their power, but in the grand scheme of things, it makes no sense.
I think they did a really poor job, though, of Hakeem being so distraught.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to get to that.
Sorry.
So Andre and Anika. Anika says this is payback for what she's done. Is this God's way of punishing her for killing Rhonda?
I mean,
I think you can take out of any situation what you want to.
yeah.
Sure.
Again,
Why not?
When something bad happens, you're automatically going to go back to something that you feel guilty for. Obviously, as we said, Anika was all the way out of character all of season 2, and went crazy and lost her mind and was doing all of this dumb stuff. So for her to come back to a place where she's looking at her behavior and now she realizes that she could possibly lose her child because she entangled herself further into the lion's den to be closer to them. Yeah. I mean, you might think that even if it's not necessarily true.
And she did say that she, wanted to be a lion so bad that she sold herself out. What's you guys' opinion on the Andre and Anika confrontation?
Well, first up, shout out to you, because last week you said the way that Andre was dealing with things, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that he looked to be off his meds.
Yep.
And
Did you write that? I was right. Did that say that somewhere?
Yeah, do a wide shot for me really quick. What does that say, number one?
Didn't I say Andre looked off last week? He's off his meds, and it brings out his anger issues with Lucius. You did say that, and I did remember to point it out without being prompted. So, yeah.
Kudos.
He just looked off.
Yeah.
He did. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was just, taken aback and caught off guard by the things that were happening. But clearly, no. Why is the office? Why? Do you need them to make you more diabolical?
I think honestly, when he is off of them, he feels like he might be in more control. But in reality, he's his natural self. But his natural self needs help.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
that was a great scene. It was so much emotion in it, and then when you take it even further and you step outside of it and this is husband and wife.
Yeah, because they don't have a lot of scenes together.
Right.
And so when you see them, I'm like.
You want to see those interactions,
right? I want to see the interactions. I think that Andre is. I think when things don't go his way, or when he feels like he should give up on life, I think that's when he stops taking his meds, because everything was fine. He had a new woman. Things are going good. He had this nice plan of killing his dad, and then his dad comes in and literally just shuts everything down. And so I feel like Andre thinks that life is not going the way he wants to go, so it's like, F it, I'm just gonna be angry. I don't know.
Crazy, right?
I like the scene. I was surprised that he didn't kill her, but again, going back to, that's his wife. They like the income together. But I guess because he got that moment of humanity where he's just like, suffer like me. I thought that was a deep line. Yeah. Because he admitted, day in, day out, he's suffering being a lion and being in this family, and he can't figure out a way out. So, yeah.
Yeah, kudos to that scene. Do you guys think that, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do?
Andre, I think that his ultimate goal is he still thinks he's going to kill his dad. He's going to try and figure out how he can wrestle back control of Vegas. And I guess he's gonna let Nessa fall to the wayside.
He made that very clear.
Yeah.
I like that though, because I think that's gonna create some more excitement in the show now that they are kind of separated.
And now Shine can kind of get back control of Nessa, and he doesn't really like Andre anyway.
And speaking of Shine, so Cookie asked Shine to get them a meeting with Marcone. So Shine says, well, what's in it for me? Do we all agree he has a valid point? Like, he's doing
100%.
He does, and I'm not mad at him for asking that. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. Secure your options now before you get yourself in any further, because they keep getting the short end of the stick. Nessa's not out of Inferno. Is she on when Cookie met Lucius?
Because remember she said that doesn't include me.
Right. Yeah, so speak up, Shine.
Well, Shine did say that, and Cookie said, Shine, I got you. I'm 50-50. I feel like Cookie will look out for him, being that she made the drug deal to him back when she was a kid. So there's definitely history there. But when it comes to the Lyon family,
she's the most loyal one of all.
I feel like she could Shine, because Shine's interest ultimately benefits the Lyons family and in Empire. I do think that she will hold him down, but because he's done some little waves and curves in there, and once she finds out that he's the one that bought Giuliana on and just some things like that, that could get tricky for him.
What are you guys' thoughts on the Cookie and Andre meeting with Marcone to push to when Cookie met Lucius as the Vegas headliner over Inferno?
I don't really understand the whole thing about the headliner, because just maybe I'm thinking too literal about it, and the way Vegas goes, there's Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. You guys could rotate. I mean, I'm just thinking about how the Dre's residency goes. One night it's Tip, the next night it's Jeezy. And it all seems fine. I get it.
But again, like I've said the same thing when they're competing against this album thing. It's like you guys there's 4 different quarters.
So many,
there's 4 quarters. Right. So Jamal can do the winter and the spring, and he can monopolize 12 weeks on the charts, which that's pretty good to dominate the charts,
exactly.
or at least to do 6 months, and then Lucius does the spring and the fall. And if the album is really that hot, they both would sell like hotcakes. Yeah.
Right. So, or like you said, one does one night, one does the other night, and then you get a double.
I just don't understand why that's so difficult, because ultimately both of them succeeding does well for the business, and it just pushes each other. So I think that, I get it, it's control issues and it's them, but they're shooting themselves in the foot business wise.
Now, okay, so now is Andre over his head? Do you think the meds are causing, obviously the way he's reacting, but to to say that his dad is a liar and to say all these things in front of the other side? Do you think that's being a bit too much?
I think he's starting to act like a spoiled brat.
I think he's acting like a brat, and because he's off his meds, he doesn't have impulse control. So he's saying things that he thinks and maybe would have a conversation with Cookie, but not in front of people that you are trying to do business with.
The thing in my notes, I says, what makes Andre think anyone in Vegas will do business with the Empire brand without Lucious Lyon?
Because he's still thinking, hey, I am running the business aspect. I think he forgets that he's dogging Nessa out, so that's not really going the way that it should. And she's lost her buzz. He's delusional, and that's why he's so frustrated, because he knows he really can't win this without Lucius.
So speaking of Nessa, great transition. Thank you there, Jill. So Cookie confronts Andre about his stunt, and hell breaks loose. Cookie says family needs Lucius, which is why when Cookie met Lucius makes sense. Right. Andre says deep down in your soul, you are ashamed of how much you cater to that man. Are you guys Team Andre or Team Cookie before we get to the fight? But what's your take on that?
I think there's some truth.
There was a lot of truth. Yeah.
But also too, if sometimes you gotta do what's gonna make the most sense monetarily, and whether that means defending Lucius or not, she's looking at the bigger business picture, but she also will defend him, I think, to her grave, and that's a little bit of an issue.
I think Cookie is not really looking at the bigger
you don't
business
think?
issue.
Okay.
No, I think she is, but she's having these little confusing feelings about Lucius again. So she's kind of leading with that back and forth. She wants him to succeed and be with him, but she wants to kind of stick it to him because of whatever's going on with Giuliana. So, but Andre had a great point, and he was on target, and Cookie felt that one.
She really did. But again, like Cookie did say, the project is called When Cookie Met Lucius. So
where's Lucius?
Lucius has to be involved, but I think that it hurt her feelings, or maybe she didn't want to lose the argument, which is why she had to retaliate the way she did. Okay, so did Nessa overstep her boundaries?
Absolutely.
Or was she right to
100%.
Okay.
100%. First of all, Nessa.
First of all,
you don't ever
ready?
come at mom.
Yeah.
Your role as an artist, you're saying, well, what about me? This is a family conversation. You would not be sitting in any other record label entity production saying, well, when you put your show in Vegas, how's that going to do anything for me? Obviously, they've discussed at some point, at some slot, she has to be a filler, whether it's a beach party, something. I don't know. I get that, but you don't even have an album. Shouldn't you be saying, what about my music? Because you need music in order to get to the stage in Vegas to perform. What about that? Those are the type of questions I feel like she should be asking. Her concerns there were, one, I feel like she sees Andre slipping away and she doesn't know what's going on. And two, she's used to having a certain amount of control, but you overstepped your boundaries with Cookie. What did you think she was going to do?
Well, I was ready to drag Nessa, but I feel like being argumentative, so I'm going to say you guys I disagree with you guys. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm going to say I disagree. She's a good woman. She loves her man, and she's a ride or die for her man, and she has every right to tell the woman that you stop talking to my man like a child.
But do we think she really loves him, or do we think she loves what he could bring to her and that made her love him?
I really do think that they love each other, and let me explain why. I believe that they love each other because, Nessa she's been dealing with street dudes all her life. So finally she meets a guy who has affiliation, but he's smart, he's intelligent. He's gone to the top, one of the top schools in the world, and he cares for her. They have a good relationship. They have a good working relationship. I think she finally thinks like, damn, I finally then found somebody who's not a drug dealer, who he's a good dude. So I feel like she felt they already moved in with each other.
Yeah.
So
this is the thing, though. This is the thing with
Let
the
me
good
set you
dude.
straight.
Yeah. Let's say this: just because he has all the traits does not mean that he's good for
right.
you.
I mean, he was trying to hit up Giuliana behind your back.
He's trying to hit up Giuliana. You watched him say he wants to off his dad. You know, he has these tick boom issues. The girl's threesome with Rhonda. Like, there's all these things, and I understand being a ride or die, but signs are pointing to the fact that this is going to be real tricky. You see what happened to Boo Boo Kitty over there, and I just feel like she's
in over her head.
Over her head.
Yes, the signs are there, but she's not willing to give up. She's wanting,
because of what she wants for herself, though. I think more than anything.
Both. I think a little both.
I don't know.
Beyond all of that, could someone come and talk some mess to your mom in front of you, and you just let it ride?
My mom would never slap. The slapping.
I mean,
the slapping was too much.
I mean, but that's Cookie. So
it is Cookie, but at the same time, an argument is one thing, but when I don't care who you are, when you put your hands on somebody, the other person always has the right to knock the shit out of you.
I agree with that.
So she opened up a can of worms, and I do like the fact that she even warned. She's like, Andre, I'm really sorry for what I got to do, and then boom, she slapped her. But like I'm saying, like, I think she should have punched her back.
But then Cookie would have destroyed her.
I don't care, but you know what? You need to defend yourself.
Listen,
and I think that Andre
tripped on the story.
I think Andre probably would have respected her more if she would have stood up, because Cookie's a mom. I mean, she calls everybody stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if she would have fought back, I felt like he would have respected her. Y'all not having it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think Cookie was wrong, but you just, that's why you mind your place and you don't speak on the conversation that Cookie and Andre are having. You wait till you're alone. Baby, she was out of line. Mm-hmm. Your mom is sure. Put those bugs in his ear. Let him do that. You don't get in the middle of that.
So you think that this relationship is over? You think she's going to call it quits? Or do you think she's going to have to run back to him, or he's going to have to run back? I
don't like it anymore either. I thought like something's happening.
I don't like it.
Okay. She knew from the jump that her man was a little boo-boo.
Right.
She knew that.
Right.
So deal with it.
But she was going to deal with it if the outcome was working in her favor. That's what I'm saying. These bitches are twisted nowadays. Like, they're not looking for, like, love. They're looking for, where's the money?
They're looking to be
It's not working for her
popular
anymore, right? She's like, I don't want to be at a beach club. I want to be on the stage singing someone else's songs that somebody wrote for me. Like, she just wants to show up.
Yeah. And I will agree with you really quickly, just in regards to with the industry. I mean, how long did Keisha Cole's first album sit on the shelf before it was released? Her album was shelved. What was I Should Have Cheated? That album, whatever it was.
Oh, that was what, her second or third album?
No, that was the first one.
Oh, I Should Have Cheated was on the first album?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that album was like shelved for 2 years. So like, if you are in the industry,
but that's because she was crazy a little bit too. Not crazy. That's a bad word.
They didn't know how to market her.
Difficult. She was, and she's a difficult person to work with. Listen, I worked at BET when her reality show was there.
Oh, tell it.
So Keisha Cole has tardy issues. Mm-hmm. You know, she'll keep a whole crew waiting for not like an hour, not like an hour and a half. Like 6 hours later, you have a full crew sitting there waiting for you to show up, and you're still coming. Things like that. So I think that. The industry is the industry, and we know there are always new things. But I think sometimes, too, if you have a difficult personality and you kind of put yourself in certain positions, people stop working hard for you. Yeah. And they don't want to try as hard for you or fight for you. Even though, you know, I like Keisha Cole as an artist, though.
Way to back that one back.
I do. 2000's Mary J. Blige. You know, I like Keisha. I feel her.
The laundromat. So we've seen this laundromat twice. This is clearly Shine's legal job. So I hate to cross-reference, but if you're a Power fan, so Tommy and Ghost had the laundromat business where what they did was, they had to sell it, but what they did in the first three or four seasons is they would take the drug money, because the laundromat is all cash, so they would swindle the money in order to make the drug money then become legal. So that's clearly what Shine is doing, and I say kudos to him for being smart enough to not go broke this time or to struggle.
Laundromats, car washes, those type of things. You know, those are nice ways to clean your money.
Now, when Cookie's there, we've already mentioned that, you know, Andre brought Hakeem, and, you know, she wanted him to go away because she didn't want him to be a part of this. So now we go to the back room, and then there's Cookie and there's Angelo. Go.
My favorite line, your mama said a lot of things about me. She said I was ghetto and whatever the whole thing. She was right. I was like, go on, Cookie. Tell him, do it.
My favorite line is when Andre says, "You're not gonna get away with this," and she said, "Watch me, bitch." that was one of my favorite lines. But
I think one of the most disrespectful things that you can do to a man is to call him a bitch. So
pretty much,
when you do
agree?
that,
yeah,
very emasculating.
Yeah.
Especially when he's tied up in a chair, getting the shit beat out of him.
Right. And he's like, my mother would never do this. Do you not know your mom, Angelo? You're so shielded.
I don't think he does.
So ask that question again.
Does Angelo not know his mom?
No.
He's
blinded.
Yeah, he's completely blinded.
By being his mama.
And his mother's very controlling, and she babies him. So.
And that is why women don't like to talk to men like Angelo.
Right.
That's why
Mama's boys are not fun. Yeah.
Because you're listening to your mom and it's sweet, but you don't really control your existence.
Did you also feel that Angelo was somewhat begging,
yeah.
But it felt like he was trying to.
He wanted her back almost.
It was almost like he was begging to get her back.
The relationship.
Not understanding like her grandchild is gone.
Right.
And I don't feel like he quite understood why he was there.
I think he understood, but his character has really gone down a cliff.
Like real quick. I don't
just
like it.
All of a sudden you don't have a backbone, you don't have a spine. You're before you were sharp. Now this is the same guy that was telling Lucius he had to watch out and had the big balls. Now all of a sudden you don't understand why Cookie is livid. You're trying to weasel your way back into her life. Are you going to tell your mom? What are you going to tell your mom? What do you think your mom's going to say?
It's like, you broke my heart.
And his mom already lied to the man and already said, well, we have nothing to do with this. So Cookie, Lucius, and Giuliana. So Cookie has been pushing for this whole family first. She mentioned how early in the episode how the Dubois family is strong like how the Lyon family used to be. So she tells Lucius about the deal that she made with Marcone and then walks Giuliana. Am I the only one who thinks that Lucius is playing Giuliana and this is just all one fake act?
I hope
Lucius?
so.
Well, that's what everybody in the comments thinks. They said that I was being naive thinking that Lucius was in love. I think that there is a little bit of
there's
whatever
some lust
magic,
there,
some lustiness there too. But ultimately, it's Lucious Lyon, so he does have some type of agenda. One, getting his, was it 10 million? How much was it?
10, I believe.
10 million back and getting revenge on her. But, how that's in the middle of that, how the Lyon family is going to fare in the midst of his revenge plot.
I think, go ahead.
No, go.
I think Lucius is totally playing Giuliana. And I think it's best that he chooses not to tell Cookie, because Cookie goes off on the drop of a dime, and the fact that
are you saying Cookie can't hold water? She wouldn't be able to keep it in.
She could, but it's better that
one person
knows, because it's better to get Cookie pissed, because if you explain later on what happens, Cookie drops everything for the family. So once she realizes what's going on, she will forget all about the mean things that she said to Lucius, and it's about family. Now this is probably, I don't know, maybe the 100th time in the 3 seasons that we've heard Cookie say, I've done 17 years for you. Do you guys think that she should get over this?
Thank you. At some point, well,
17
years, but it's aggressive. We got it. He's got it. He knows. I don't think he cares.
Listen, did you guys not watch Oz? I'm not talking about Orange is the New Black. Did you not watch Things Happen in Prison? Have you watched 60 Days Out on, what is it, A&E or whatever, where innocent people go in jail?
I did a show on that, actually.
Jill is hard. 17 years, real federal time.
I'm not saying it's not hard.
It's gonna take a minute. She's only been out of jail, what, a year?
Yeah, technically. Yeah. But
it's gonna take a minute for her to get over the 17 years.
But at the same time,
I'm not saying she has to get over it.
No, she needs to get over it. And then she needs to get over it only because, listen,
you're out now.
Not only is she out, but
she's a rich woman.
Lucius didn't ask you to do that. You chose to do that. So when you chose to leave your family for Dwight, that's the decision that you made, and you you volunteered. Wait. She volunteered. She volunteered to do the drop of the drugs to Shine.
If she also knows if she didn't do the company wouldn't be what it was if he was in jail and she wasn't.
But at the same time, again, It's your decision.
No, I'm
Cookie.
agreeing with
okay,
you. I'm
gotcha.
saying though, like if she let him go away for it, like
Yeah.
they wouldn't have built Empire.
Yeah, because she's behind the music.
Right.
Not, she doesn't
She's
make
not the music. Right.
Listen, 17 years, hard time. My baby's being taken away from me. You divorced me during the process for this chick that she'll discover soon enough. Yeah. You might have to hear that quite often anytime you piss me off. Your number is 17. You got anything to say? 17. 17.
I feel like at that point though, then I would just cut it off. I would not.
Lucius didn't wake up a dog.
You did not.
You knew that. What? You chose the street over Harvard. You chose Lucius over Barry.
And I am not disagreeing with you with that.
So
however,
17.
I chose 17 for you and the family, and you went on to a very successful lifestyle because of this, you need to show some appreciation. Pay homage. Be respectful.
That's just not him. But
sit down.
But I do like that number, the 17.
17.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
He just starts going off. You're like 17.
Listen, it's 2017. 2000. What was your life like in 2000? That's a long time.
I was a baby.
And she would have actually been in jail longer had she not ratted out that Chris Rock terrible character.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll agree to disagree, but
17.
it's 17.
Hashtagging that.
1721.
I'm not a ride or die chick. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have questions. I have concerns. Why do these things that we have to ride for? Why are they illegal? Isn't there a better way?
So Lucius and Mother Walker, Dwight and Mother Walker. So Lucius asks Mother Walker, "Am I a good father?" And she says, "You're not even a good person."
Amen, Mother Walker.
And then he says, "True."
Because he knows himself.
He knows. Yeah, exactly.
He knows he's done some terrible things. He's hurt people. He's
slightly sociopathic.
Yeah.
And he knows that.
What's with the skin lightening cream that Mother Walker had when she put into the back
so
of
confused
the
about that.
cabinet? That's her. That must be her story. That must be like each character has a story. So she's not.
She wanted to pass. Wait, one time, can we shout out one time for Dwight Lucius for the haircut this week without the bad wig and the ponytail?
Yeah.
Thank you. Stop it. Don't do the ponytail anymore, please. It's wrong.
Yeah, I'm unsure about the skin lightening cream.
I mean, it's going to come up as something, but the only thing I could think of with that is that at one point she wanted to pass, or she is passing, or somebody's passing. I don't know. It's for the baby.
Mother Walker then says when she was speaking with Lucius that Jamal, that boy is special. He got a little God in him. And then she shows Dwight the pictures of his dad, which maybe Lucius hasn't seen. And so now we go to Lucius and Jamal with this whole thing with the songs, with the album. They're throwing jabs at each other, and Lucius is referencing how when he brought the rapper in who was late to the studio session because he was shot 4 times, and his point to Jamal was he's been shot 4 times, but yet he got up, he's in the studio, he's dropping, he's ripping the mic, he's doing what he has to do. He has that thirst, he has that drive. You got shot 1 time and then you ran. What's your thoughts?
I mean, at some point you need to go to the hospital, because if you're dead, nothing's really gonna help you.
Right.
You can't make music when you're dead. But I liked that he pointed out that Lucius is really quick to judge people in situations he has not been in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that Jamal pointed out, raise your hand if you've been shot in this room, and everybody but Lucius had been shot. The gangster.
But also, Lucius has not been shot because he's a lot street smarter than everyone else in the room.
Or lucky,
You could be street smart,
or he's been rich for a while now and has bodyguards, or his son take the bullet.
But I mean, listen, from
50 Cent got shot. Tupac got shot. I'm just saying.
Well,
Are they stupid?
Got shot.
Lucius has not been shot, and he's been selling drugs since he was 14. Now the man's in his 40s. I'm just saying.
Foxy Brown was shot at, or was that Little Kim at Hot 97? That was Little Kim.
That was Little Kim.
I think they both had shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, that's hip hop.
Right.
Not that it should be, but listen, I really, though, had a problem with their bringing the rapper in there, supposedly still bleeding, blood spreading across his shirt. I just thought that was like, come on, man. I get it, but come on. It's not like he was spitting hot fire that he just had to be there.
So
he was reading off a page. Can we talk about that? It's not. He wasn't making up anything. He was.
Got shot.
I don't even think he wrote it. I think somebody else wrote it, and
he could have called on the phone.
It was that important for you to? You're bleeding out to read somebody else's lyrics.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I will come back really quick. You know what? Because as he was being shot, or before that, he was already thinking what he was doing. So while he was in the car, he had to have somebody write it down because he.
But I think that paper was already there.
Yeah, I can't come back from that one. But Team Lucius, Team Jamal, what do you guys think about this whole back and forth on this on this song about father and son?
I mean, I feel like they teleported that. We saw that coming at the beginning of last episode. They need each other on the project. It's clear. Jamal has an ear. He has a touch. Although I was wondering how you felt about that falsetto he hit when he started singing.
Yeah, did you like the song better, though, with those two? Because I didn't.
With Fetty Wap or with
I liked it better with Fetty Wap.
I did too.
So that kind of ruined that whole point of the whole scene for me.
So you want to know what I think?
Yes, ma'am. What do you think?
Let's see what does number 2 say?
Number 2 says, hate the song Father and Son.
I hate it. I hate it. Jamal does not have the voice to sing over hip hop beats. He just does not.
Right. It's too airy.
His voice is very new age pop or it can be R&B if he was in a group.
Alicia Keys R&B?
Yeah.
That's what I think his voice is. Alicia Keys R&B.
But he doesn't sing. His tone and the way he sings doesn't keep up fast with a hip hop beat.
Can I tell you why you don't like Father and Son and a lot of other songs this season?
Why?
Because Rodney Jerkins has not delivered as the music supervisor. It's been very up and down. It's been songs that have been great, and then other songs just like why?
I don't think Jamal's had a great song though yet this season.
Yeah.
They need to get him one because he's the only one that's suffering.
I just wish he stopped singing.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't like the song. I do like the concept of Jamal having one song on his album and then Lucius does a remix.
I liked that idea.
They work well together. They both it's yin and yang.
They're the same. It's like having two. It's like having because I'm trying to think of a great singer from today that I can compare with Beyonce. It's like Kiki Wyatt and Beyonce being in the same group, which they were. She was a member of Destiny's Child back when she was a kid. But can you imagine as adults, Kiki Wyatt and Beyonce both being in one group? They'll scratch each other's eyes out.
Yeah,
Two Sopranos. Right. So I feel like that's what it is. It's like, they're both great at what they're doing, but they're scratching each other's eyes out.
Stay in your lanes.
But what I did like is how Lucius, he brought the visual aid for Jamal to do the song, and then he was saying how when his dad died, he had to take over, and so now that I'm getting older, I'm allowing you to take over. So there are things about Lucius where it's like, why is he so nice?
I've liked Lucius a lot these past 2 episodes, but I don't think that it's the real him. Or maybe it is the real him, but he's not really, he's only allowing you to see it to manipulate, so I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Hakeem.
Hated everything about Hakeem this episode.
Thank you.
And my God, I thought it was just me.
No.
And those white pants were so tight. They were too tight. I was like, are you in your girlfriend's suit? Tracksuit? What is that? Too much, man. The acting was awful.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It was. He didn't look sad at all.
I'm just like,
it could have been better. It could have been better.
This whole I'm going through a crisis.
What is number 1 says? Only read number 1.
Only question is, where was Hakeem's tears when he was? Thank you. And that's why I think they said he was so I was like, yeah, he's not sad, so we can't bring him because he can't act sad enough to be here. So they had to rewrite it.
We need to get him out of this scene because it's not working.
No.
Okay, so
they probably did 5 takes of him in the scene, and then they're like, we're gonna write it that he's so sad he can't be there. Right.
Hakeem goes to social media to cry for attention, as most people do in 2007. Yes, Petty Pablo just said that. And
Bow Wow challenge.
Yeah, and so here I'm Petty Pablo is so petty. I actually wrote down what some of the comments were on the Empire stream. So Jamal Forever says, what can we do? Question mark. Queen Cookie 59 says, Dubois is going down. Keem is my dream says, that's it. We're gunning for them. Love to Sing says, hi, babe. Why so mad?
Look, but why is that just like, have you watched somebody's Instagram live?
That's so true.
That's
it is.
And they're all just,
the VIS 22 says, OMG, this is some serious BS with a thumbs down. Rock says, hashtag bring Bella back. And then Tiana Fan 04 says, shaking my head, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was probably the most enjoyable thing that I liked about that entire
real
scene.
life comments.
Because that's real.
It was.
People love to
chime in.
People love to chime in, but people also love to do things such as what Hakeem did to get attention.
Yeah.
There's people that, there's a song I sing called Keep Your Business Off Facebook. I'll sing it another time. Have you ever heard it?
No, but I need to, because can I record it and post it? Because I can't handle that stuff.
At church, somebody, it's like a choir and everything. He goes, you ought to keep your business off of Facebook. Then the choir chimes in, oh, keep your business off of Facebook.
Church finger.
Keep it off. Keep it off. Keep your business off of Facebook. Yep.
Yeah, I am not of that ilk. I do not share an abundance of thoughts. Personal info, trying times, overly happy times. We're just going to keep it right along the middle, ride the beat. Oversharing is a killer right now. So. Well,
I feel like I need to say something nice because I tended to just drag this one, but you guys drag so much for me. Let's see. Is there anything positive I could say about this Hakeem storyline?
It's almost over. 2 more episodes.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a break soon.
I just.
Season 4.
I don't like it.
I'm over it too. Like, Hakeem becomes a man and he's a whiny bitch.
Yeah,
stop it.
Yeah, Hakeem becomes a whiny bitch, not a man. A child too.
Going back to Cookie, do you think that rather than Cookie having Hakeem's friends look after him, should she look and check on Hakeem as well as Andre, or no?
No. I think he is 21, so there's a kind of delicate balance that you have to sort of take with someone that's 21 that it feels independent but is not, that's going through emotions. Their patience is short, so their friends will have time to work them through it, listen to them, whine, talk, whatever.
I'm just confused, and I was confused the whole episode as to what the fuck are you doing right now? Everyone, it's just like, okay, so 30 days, so let's go, life's gonna continue as normal for 30 days, and we're just gonna chill, wait for the, if that was my child,
right?
Would I be just chilling, on Facebook Live in my white pantsuit? I would probably be out trying to figure out, okay, so where did she go right after you took it from my house? And I would be walking through the steps and trying to figure something out. And it just seems like that's just not built. There's no panic.
And why didn't Boo Boo Kitty or Anika and Hakeem have some kind of dialogue together?
There was nothing, right?
To console each other or to
together.
The more you guys are talking about it, the more I'm starting to hate this storyline even more. I
have one question before we wrap it up. How does Mrs. Dubois think that she's just going to keep the baby?
Can we talk about who?
Yeah, that's the fun. Go ahead.
Who called that?
Yeah, who did? Who you did?
Last week?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And I was like, and everyone in the comments was like, you guys, no, it's Andre. And I was like, was it though?
My final question is, was anyone shocked that Mrs. Dubois stole Bella? You weren't. I
knew that she was behind it, but I'm like, you're going to keep her?
Right.
How are you going to keep her? You think they're going to forget what Bella looked like? Where are you going to take her? How are you just welcoming her into the family?
But I don't know that protocol, what happens when a child gets taken away. I don't know if there's a certain day period where someone comes in, then reassesses the situation, and then it's okay, no, you're unfit, so now the child goes into
even still
protective services to be adopted. I'm confused.
How does it go to the Dubois? That just
It only makes sense if Mrs. Dubois takes the baby and sells it. It's not it. It's a person. If she sells Bella maybe overseas or something, but her, first of all, you too old to have a baby because you're too busy trying to take down the Lyon family, so you can't raise the baby.
Right.
The baby probably needs to be. It just seems silly that now it seems like Mrs. Dubois, she lost her cool, and now she's going beneath and doing something that I don't think she's capable of.
She's overplaying her hand.
She's overplaying her hand like she's done before.
Yeah, because she's not thinking this through. They're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Or somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Claire Huxtable, she's gonna be dead. Yeah. Anything else? Any news or gossip?
No. I wish I had some gossip. Do you have any gossip?
Not that I'm gonna tell.
Oh, okay.
So
you can't do that.
You can't like imply that you know something we don't and not share a little piece.
He wanted
of it.
to see if we were as in tune with the gossip as he was. We're not. We're out of the loop.
You can't drop a little hint, just a teaser or something. Bird, not a bird call, nothing.
No.
Okay.
No.
On that note.
What about predictions?
And now, your
Vegas is gonna be lit.
TV.
I agree.
What did you say?
Because we're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah.
Vegas is gonna be lit.
Well, it's one more episode than the season finale, but
we go to Vegas next week, right?
So
I think
basically
that
2-part.
we're gonna find out really what Lucius is doing and if he is fooled or if he really is playing it. I think hopefully the whole thing with Bella, I just don't want Hakeem in the next episode, to be completely honest. And I hope that Nessa starts doing her own shady stuff on the side, away from Andre.
But
Why?
Because I don't like them together anymore.
I don't think she's gonna be back next season.
You don't think so?
Although I enjoyed her, I don't.
My prediction is, because if they're going to Vegas, everyone can go to Vegas because they have to tend to the whole situation with the Dubois.
Right.
Ezekiel.
Do you think they're gonna do that?
Anika's not going.
Yeah.
Thirsty might not be there.
Or he may go back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think Ezekiel has to die
he's
because the
gonna die in
fact that
Vegas.
the fact that his name has been brought up twice.
Says he has to go.
Yeah, there's more to the
time's a
story.
charm.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think Demi Moore is going to be coming soon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
And we see Eva
yeah.
Longoria
And,
again.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to this to next week's episode and the finale. I say Ezekiel is going to die, and do I have any other predictions?
I think light work of Jussie. I think Jussie wraps up this season. 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's dead. I think she has to die too.
I think so too.
I think I would agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Let everyone know where you can be found on social media.
Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. You can follow me on all social media at abigail.a.f.
I'm Jill Munroe. You can follow me everywhere at Stiletto Jill and watch the NBA playoffs AfterBuzz After Show. I'm on there too.
And you can find me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen. Thank you guys for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV, Season 3, Episode 16. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching and listening.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
The shooting.